Well, Britain's phone hacking inquiry tonight touched on the influence of the media in politics. The inquiry has been hearing from a submission from Alastair Campbell, the communications director for Tony Blair when he was Britain's Prime Minister. Europe correspondent Philip Williams joins us now from London. Now, Phil, Alastair Campbell certainly knows a great deal about the relationship between politicians and the media in Britain. What's he been telling the inquiry?
Well, to use his quote, he said that journalism in Britain has become putrid at its worst. He's outlined a litany of what he said was celebrity taking over the role of journalism, an unholy alliance between the politicians and the media, and a simple lack of enough journalists to properly do their job, overworked, underpaid. And he said the result was poor journalism and a lack of investigative journalism, and that the whole community was poorer for it. Here's a little of what he warned was happening to the scene here in Britain.
They live in denial, in my view, most of them, of what this change of culture is doing and their responsibility within it. Now, I go on later in my statement to say that I think that both sides of the political debate have to accept some of the responsibility for the fact that we've got to where we are, but not because of what they would accuse us of, but actually for failing to recognise the damage it was doing and do something about it. Because, if you like, of the collusion and the desire to have them as sort of not destroying you. That's putting it negatively, or supporting you, putting it more positively.
Phil, it's a bit rich coming from Alastair Campbell, isn't it? I mean, after all, this fellow delighted in exploiting that unholy alliance. He made his whole career on it.
Well, some would say he was the architect of it, of course, and that was pointed out. But no, he basically says it's gone too far and that it needs to be rectified. That he also pointed out a few examples of some of the worst excesses. One of them, which was the Amanda Knox murder trial. The verdict where a prominent newspaper here in Britain hit the wrong button. They had two alternatives, one for an acquittal and one for a conviction, hit the wrong button. The conviction went out, and he said it was full of quotes from the prosecution. And he said, well, how did that happen?
Well, it's a good question. Did he have anything specifically to say about the power of Rupert Murdoch and in British politics? Has he got on to that subject yet?
Not really, no. That's going to be sort of quarantined for a spring, that's early next year. There'll be more sittings and that sort of area will be explored then. This is more the broad picture, and we were hoping for some more nitty-gritty. That's not really what today was about with him.
Thanks, Phil. We'll leave you there.